gentlemen, introducing your host from the birthplace of extreme, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing in at, well, an average weight for a person of his size, Sean Bell Wilbur.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Bury the Booking podcast, wrestling podcast. My name is Dell. That is Devin. How are you?
Doing great. Excellent. Feels good this week, especially recording on a Monday.
Yeah, this is a uncharted territory and completely different way of doing things this week because schedules lined up. We both were off the day after WrestleMania. Usually we, record our night one review on our classic recording day of Sunday. And then we talk about, the preview of night two and all that. But again, schedules aligned, things worked out the way it did. So we were like, you know what? Let's just do night one and night two and do Bury the Booking as a whole for a WrestleMania 42 review. So that way, it's not broken up. We get it all out there, and that's it. So we're gonna do this thing. It does feel a little weird, on a Monday, but
yeah.
But it's not terrible. We had, we did I felt a little bit at ease and felt a little familiar because we did record the Level Down podcast yesterday, so we still were able to do something on Sunday to kind of regulate ourselves. So, but enough of that. You people don't care about that. So let's just jump right into this thing. We are here for a good time, not a long time, and it kind of sort of seemed like that with WrestleMania too a little bit, especially with these match lamps. But before we jump into that, WrestleMania, you know what? I'll do this. WrestleMania night one for you as a whole, and then WrestleMania night two for you as a whole, and then we'll get into WrestleMania night one and two.
Okay. WrestleMania night one as a whole.
As a whole.
D.
Okay.
Straight D.
Yeah, it was not the best.
No. It was the stuff that happened throughout night one was so short, you don't get a higher grade.
Yeah. It was like, what's it? Like, what are we?
Night two, because there was so many things that I did not like, I can't go higher than a C+ for night two.
All right. Fair enough. I can go D- for night one. That's being a little generous. I was not feeling night one at all. Night two, I didn't feel too much better about night two, but the main event saved it for me. I'll get that out before we start talking about things. The only time between night one and night two of WrestleMania this year that felt like WrestleMania for me was the main event. That's it. That was the only time I actually felt like it was WrestleMania. I mean, the Brock Lesnar match was fine, was what it was, I guess, but, because it was one of those things where that was expected because it better had been what happened. Because if it didn't, we'd have had another conversation. But
yes.
But, so getting that out there, let's go. Let's jump right into this. Let's start talking about WrestleMania night one. We had our opener. Our opener was the 6-man. This was the Usos and IShowSpeed versus the Usos and LA Knight. I'm sorry. Usos and LA Knight versus the Vision, which was Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and IShowSpeed. in a 6-man to open up WrestleMania 42. Thoughts on this match?
This match, like I said, I've said it before. This match was what it should have been, just some funness, and that's what it was. It was a horrible match. It was a terrible opener for WrestleMania. Not because the match was like really bad, but because it wasn't that interesting.
Yeah.
This is not a WrestleMania match. This is a Raw or SmackDown match.
Yeah, this definitely could have been a TV match, 100%.
And there was no real there was no real near falls. This thing lasted like 7 minutes.
Yeah, that's ongoing theme for this year, but
the crazy thing was, Speed seemed to be the star of this whole match.
Yeah, like, for not being excited about iShow Speed, because I wasn't. I don't, it's a lot of what happens in WWE now, and we've seen it, 100% while watching WrestleMania. It's just all about the celebrity. It's all about who's there, who can, what other entertainment person other than the performers that we're supposed to be looking at are there. And I get it, iShow Speed, he's done a couple things with WWE front. I don't have a problem with him per se, but it's just the machine. But
yeah, we did this to set up. I guarantee they're setting up a match between Speed and Paul at Backlash.
Yeah,
I guarantee that's what's going to happen. Like, that's what this feels like.
Yeah, it does. I do get that feeling as well.
And the problem I have with that is, no, I don't like Logan Paul. I don't know the man personally, but I don't really care for him. But he's a much better athlete that you got to put him in with Speed. Like, that's a downgrade to me. And like, if I was Logan Paul, I'd be like, yo, you got to be kidding me. Like,
but
I put in all this work and time
for this. Yeah.
For this.
I mean, you got to feel, you got to, I guess on the flip side of that, everybody who faced Logan Paul when they were shoving him down our throats is like, I'm wrestling this guy? Like,
right, yeah.
It's like, what? Yeah. But I mean, the end of the match with this one was, of course, the tale was iShow Speed didn't even want to really get roped into this, but he did, and wound up having the team with the Vision. There was some miscommunication there. The team of LA Knight, Jimmy and Jay, win by LA Knight, which his little rivalry with iShow Speed by jumping on his stream and attacking him and all this other stuff. All that came to a head by him defeating Speed. Speed ate the pinfall here, but then it turned to a flip where the Vision was against him. Pretty much, they started attacking him, and here we go with the Usos and LA Knight coming in with the save. The tables get turned, and iShow Speed delivered. It wasn't a bad splash from the post to the tables on Logan Paul. So there was that. But I think that what you said is right. I think we're leaning towards that not being the end of Logan Paul and iShow Speed.
Yeah.
And we might be getting a social media backlash thing.
We should have had LA Knight slip off the truck. We should have. He should have did that. If I was LA Knight, I would have did it on purpose. Slid right off the truck.
At this point, you can turn it into a gimmick.
Yeah, it's just something fun. Like, come on, like you LA Knight. Nobody take you seriously anyway.
He slips off of things. He falls a lot. Like that could be his new gimmick. But yeah, I mean, this match, Sure, whatever. Nobody was excited about this.
Mm.
Um, and by nobody, I mean you or I.
Yeah, no.
So following that, we had the unsanctioned match. This was Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu. A little better than the opener, but what are your thoughts?
I try not to compare these matches to AEW.
It's hard, especially when WWE tries to tell you that it's going to be something that
and
we
that's
all
what it was.
We all know it's not going to be.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing. The match itself was fine. The wrestling itself was fine. Drew, Fatu, great, no problems.
Mm-hmm.
But first off, it just didn't land where they thought it was going to land with these two guys going at it. Because you expect Fatu to go above and beyond and do some crazy things, which he kind of didn't.
No, he kind of didn't.
Drew didn't get all messed up. Fatu didn't get all messed up. This thing was real Nerf-like.
Yeah.
And I mean, soft.
Yeah, and you know what? First of all, we kind of knew, just talking before, about how the WWE unsanctioned, no holds barred street fights that we'll talk about later on. They're kind of the same thing. They're all in the same mode. It's the same type of match. But then you also factor in that we had these two matches. The previous one, the one we're talking about now, were on ESPN for free, and they were kind of, I don't know, I feel like that might have put a little more constraints on this thing that we were already going to have constraints on to begin with.
Hold on. I'm going to cut you off. Because AEW 0 Hour still puts on a better show than this.
Agreed. AEW's in-ring and WWE's in-ring are leaps and bounds apart. AEW is always going to have better wrestling for me. That ain't even close, people. It's not. And as we've seen, WWE, it seems less and less is about the wrestling. Like it's seems
about
like
the money.
Yeah, wrestling is, and proof positive by the match lengths and just how we were just getting through stuff. The entrances for a lot of these matches were longer than the damn matches themselves. So it's about what you're looking at, not what we're supposed to be, wrestling, but whatever, sports entertaining, whatever.
See, the thing is that their motto is probably, let's give them the entrance and the exit. That's what people, I think TK on WWE forgot that what happens in the ring is what's really important. Yes, your entrance is cool. People remember your entrance, but you give us these long entrances, these short matches, and these quick end of matches. Like, your matches is done. You blink, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, wait, where was the build up to that? Where were the near falls? Where was where's the
excitement?
Yeah, the excitement of, what's happening? Nobody was on their feet.
Yeah, at least this unsanctioned match had a couple near falls, but nothing like.
Yeah, nothing to write home about.
No, not at all. Yeah, I think you're definitely right about that. So, I mean, there was some back and forth stuff. Again, if you've seen an unsanctioned match, you've seen a no holds barred match, you've seen a false count anywhere match, you've seen a I quit match, you've seen a whatever. They're the same match in WWE. It's the same thing. We're not reinventing the wheel here. Jacob Fatu did defeat Drew McIntyre. I'm not upset at that. I feel like that should have happened. The right person won, right?
Yes,
I agree.
I do. I agree. When Drew wins, he gets kind of
It kind of cools off the attitude
like
a little bit.
He's like, oh, I'm the best now. When he's not winning, that's when you get the best Drew.
Because he starts complaining. He starts all, no.
That's when you get the best Drew.
True. I agree. So, yeah, I mean, so there's that. Now we get to the Women's Tag Team Championship match. This was the Irresistible Forces, Nia Jax and Lash Legend, defending their Women's Tag Team Championships against Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Lyra Valkyria, Bayley, and was supposed to be the Bellas. So Brie and Nikki come out. Nikki is on a crutch. I held in my laughter because, as we know on this podcast, we're definitely not in the Bella army here. We're anti-Bella, definitely anti-Nikki, Brie by proxy. But Nikki announces that she is unable to wrestle due to an injury, which, I'm sorry, wouldn't be missed. But she announced that there was a stand-in. That stand-in was the returning Paige to WWE. Paige got a big ovation, as naturally you would, coming back from AEW and then Limbo and then back to.
Wait, she was on AEW?
What? How do you don't remember?
No.
We've talked about her at length.
She is not memorable.
Soraya?
Damn, that is the same girl.
Same woman.
She's just not memorable.
Same woman.
I know more about her dating drama from Total Divas than I know about her wrestling career. Like, that's it. I keep forgetting she was on AEW.
You didn't see Fighting With My Family, that wrestling movie with Florence Pugh?
No. Absolutely not.
You didn't see that?
And this Paige thing wasn't a shock.
No, I mean,
they advertised it. Not they, but it been all on social media.
Yeah. The cat was out of the bag essentially with this.
So it wasn't no big thing. Like, all right, Paige is back. Who cares?
I mean, there was some people that were okay with it. Now,
I'm not upset about it.
Yeah,
but I would have been more shocked if I didn't know it was going to happen.
Right. True. That's true.
But let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Mm-hmm.
If the other Bella wasn't injured, they would be a tag team champions.
This is where I was getting to, yes.
Yes.
So the match itself, I mean, the match itself is whatever. It's whatever.
Alexa Bliss looked good.
Alexa Bliss looked great.
Yeah.
She did. Yeah, she did. I mean, there were some people in the match that it wasn't bad, but of course you add in the wild cards, which is, any Bella blood, which was Brie here. You kind of throw me off a little bit. But long story short, with this, Paige and Brie Bella win the match and win the tag team championships. So that went to show me that they were just gonna go with the Bellas anyway. If Nikki was still there,
Yep.
And I thought it would be good that we had the Irresistible Forces retain here, because I feel like that had a lot of momentum. It should have had a lot of momentum, and we were talking about it too. We were like, just don't do the thing that we think you're going to do and give it to the Bellas.
See, now they breaking up. Is Nia Jax going back to singles?
They shouldn't. I think we should. I don't know. Hopefully they win it back because I do like the chemistry between those two.
Because Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, no.
You think that should be over?
That should be done.
Okay.
I'm not saying have bad blood between them. But I'm just saying
just go your separate ways.
Go your separate ways. Same way with Bailey and
Lyra. Yeah. First of all, can we talk about how year after year after year after year we just do Bailey dirty at WrestleMania? Like, come on, like what?
That's her thing.
Yeah, that is her thing. Her thing at WrestleMania is not being a thing at WrestleMania. And that's
she's
sad.
Just happy to be there.
Yeah. One year. Justice for Bailey 1 year.
Nah.
Nah, just now. So moving on to more women's action. And it also seemed like so we had 4 women's matches for both nights of WrestleMania. We had 3 matches on night 1 and 1 match on night 2. I feel like they were just trying to get these women's matches out of the way. And it also definitely felt like they doubled down on trying to get these women's matches out of the way by the run times of these matches because they did not give them a lot of time, which kind of sucks. But hey, whatever. Listen, there were way more time for the screen that said, WrestleMania is on commercial break and we'll be back soon. That had way more time than a lot of these matches.
Yeah, I'm sick of the truck commercials.
Oh, boy. Yes, that'll be something else. So the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. This was AJ Lee defending against Becky Lynch. Thoughts on this?
It happened the way it should have.
I just wanted more out of this match. This match was like...
Here's the thing. AJ Lee is done.
Yeah,
she's done.
Yeah, I predicted Becky to win this match, and
I think that's why AJ Lee basically it wasn't what it should have been. Because AJ's like, this is my last match. I'm gonna probably pop up here and there. I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, I didn't want all this.
Because that's what I think. I think she just, she was just there for the husband stuff. And then once that was done and over, they're like, well, let's give you a title. She's like, oh, I'll do it. But
yeah,
now
sure,
I'll
get you to WrestleMania.
Yeah. It's a lot for her.
Yeah.
Did I lose my mic?
I can hear you.
Oh. I heard a beep.
Oh.
Hold on. Oh, headphones need to charge.
Oh, there you go.
I think that AJ Lee, this is a lot for her to deal with. To perform, to be in a spotlight, to
traveling and all that stuff again.
Pressure. And I'm not saying she can't do it. She probably just at a point where she's like, I don't need to do this.
No, and she doesn't. And actually, it's funny, her winning the title and being involved as much as she has been, for me I was like, okay, I was expecting for this just to be over after we had the mixed tag match with her and, her and Punk versus Seth and Becky. I was like, okay, this is it. But, no, we got more out of her, but the story here was the rivalry between the ref Jessica Carr and Becky Lynch here, which got mixed up in this match as well.
Now I'm hoping
we get a Jessica Carr versus Becky Lynch match.
See, this is what I thought was going. I was praying that they were good at doing shows because I thought we was gonna get a little hands between Carr and Becky Lynch. Not no pushing. I'm talking about some get it in on the mat type stuff.
Like Jessica hit her with a clothesline or something.
Something. Put her down. And then, because Jessica Carr need to wrestle. Let's put it that way. Because I've seen her what she do.
Mm-hmm.
I seen what she do. You don't need to be no ref. Come on.
I feel like something's
ref
gonna
pay the
transpire
bills.
here. Yeah.
But let's make that bump now for you. Let's get you somewhere. You got anytime Michael Cole get in a ring.
That's
Come on.
true. Yeah.
So I'm glad AJ's able to rest, go back home, do what she got to do, get her mind right, and stuff like that. You know, you saw this whole thing was emotional for her.
Mm-hmm.
You saw the TMZ video.
Oh yeah.
Bailey caressing her while she bawling her eyes out, and then some knucklehead ass dude being too much.
Like you do,
Which is crazy.
Because people don't know boundaries.
Like, why would you record my man wife and his friend while they having a moment? Like,
yeah, because
you're an asshole.
Because people
you
are
getting your
stupid.
phone smacked. That's the least that should have happened to you.
Right. And everybody's like, oh, look at it, Punk.
Nah, Punk did what he needed to do.
I agree. I am in 100% support of that.
Like, I don't care what nobody say. You can rewrite that narrative all you want. No, he did nothing wrong.
No, I
absolutely
didn't see it. Yeah, I see nothing.
That's
wrong
why
there.
the guy apologized profusely.
Yeah, I see nothing wrong there.
He knew he messed up.
Yeah, don't do that.
You could have waited.
Yeah.
And been like,
don't
let them have that moment. Let them do what they do. They still people.
Exactly.
They still people.
Exactly. We're not at WrestleMania anymore. This ain't the show anymore.
We're the hotel.
Right, exactly. Like they're.
And then here's the thing: you an out of shape white dude. They could destroy you. Like, real talk. Like,
yeah.
AJ Lee's a small woman.
However,
but she could you up easy.
Yeah,
easy. What you gonna do about it? You gonna be that guy who AJ Lee had to put hands on.
Exactly.
You don't get no street cred. There's no props for that.
Nah.
You gotta go to work the next day.
Knowing that
you a manager at Lowe's.
Yeah, everybody at Lowe's seen you get your
Everybody
ass.
seen it.
Yep. The boy that makes paint start clowning you.
I talk trash about wrestlers, but I know wholeheartedly.
Oh yeah.
Every single one of them would dog walk me. Every single one of them.
Yeah. No.
There's no delusions in my mind that all of them will put me through the ringer. I talk trash because I got a platform. But I respect all of them and what they do.
Right.
I'm sorry, I got into a team.
No. Hey, listen. No, for sure. But, I do think we will be getting something between Becky Lynch and Ref Jessica Carr. It just it has to. We have to be going something. We have to be going somewhere with this. Something.
It would be fun just to. Cause Becky Lynch is great with blowing people up.
Becky is fantastic, and I'm happy. Happy she won the title back. The promos alone from that and overcoming the odds about she's probably going to start talking about Jessica Carr. Just overcoming the odds of everything. Just she sells everything so well,
very well.
But yeah, it has to. Something has to happen from that. So from Becky Lynch to Seth Rollins, we had Seth Rollins versus Gunther.
Am I the only one who had... I did not care.
No, I didn't care.
About Gunther and Seth Rollins. I had no... First, the match was what it was. It was Gunther, it was Seth Rollins.
Yeah, they're not going to give you bad performances.
First off...
They're not.
Why is Gunther tired after 10 minutes? You're Gunther.
It's been a minute.
I've seen you smack people for 10 minutes, and now you winded?
It's been a minute.
Come on, the ring general?
It was hot.
No,
it was hot.
That right there took me out of this match.
Okay.
That right there. That uncharacteristic moment of you being tired
He couldn't breathe because Seth Rollins still smelled like smoke.
Yeah, that jacket was wild. Did you see that? What's the boy's name? The other Black Brothers. The
Over?
New Day. They did a little skit where Seth Rollins stole the jacket from him.
Oh.
Yeah, they were like, we about to come out. This is a new thing. And I get it. This match wasn't, it was
okay. It was fine, but it wasn't, but nobody, again, there wasn't anything to care about. There wasn't anything to hold on to because the match itself, stemmed from, we got Seth Rollins, we got Gunther. They're not doing anything. We need him on the show. Let's figure this out and get him on the show. And it felt like that all the way up until the match. Then we had
this could have been to set this match up. You could have just had two guys respecting the craft, but like, yo, you're a career ender. I'm Seth Rollins. Let's dance.
Yeah, that would have made more sense.
It would have just been like, and you could have still had the Breaker dude come out do his thing.
Yeah, so let's talk about that big thing, the biggest thing about everything that happened in this match, and which ultimately led towards the end of this match, was the return of Braun Breaker, who came running out to deliver a spear. Seth Rollins, which ultimately led to the end of Seth Rollins' existence in this match, because of course Gunther locks in the sleeper, and there's that. And then Braun Breaker again comes back out, runs the ramp to deliver another spear to, essentially finish Seth.
He essentially missed.
He did. But the plan was to deliver another spear to make a statement that he's back and he's coming to pretty much finish what they started with ending that. So at least we got a little more legitimacy with the Seth Rollins versus Division situation because Braun Breaker's back. So because as we talked about, like, it really didn't make any sense for him to go after anybody else in the stable. So, Braun Breaker being back at least gives Seth a legitimate target to go after.
Seth's a better man than I am, because I'd have Samoa Joe'd him and stepped out the way.
Just had him leap into the side of the apron.
I'd have straight sidestepped him. Like, I'm not doing this again.
Whoop. So after that match, we had the Women's World Championship. We had Stephanie Vaquer defending the WWE Women's World Championship against world-renowned entertainer extraordinaire. Just gave us a dance number and everything. Just a whole full performance. Music icon. Liv Morgan. Thoughts on thoughts on this?
I don't like talking bad about women. But first off, Liv Morgan, that music video ain't it. That ain't no banger. That ain't hot. That's not gonna be what they playing over the summer.
Yes, it's not gonna be the new summer joint.
It's not. I get it. You want to make it? You got the money. You got the money. Do it. Because here's the thing. If I had the money and the ability, of course, I would make all types of music videos.
Oh yeah,
dumb ones.
Exactly. I'm coming out with a music video tomorrow if I was able to.
Yeah. So I'm not knocking that. I'm just mad that you think it's hot. That's where I'm pissed off at.
I'm mad that she thinks it's hot, but I also love the fact that she thinks it's hot. Like the fact that she's just like
delusional.
She and in her words, she ate that.
Let me tell you something, man. That little performance got like, it's crazy because they got, wait, who liked this? people in my circle like this on Instagram.
Uh-oh.
I swear to God, you people forget. I see what you like on Instagram. I will unfollow you. I swear to God, I will unfollow you. Like, this ain't it. This ain't it. I don't care. You know,
Listen,
I do care. She shouldn't have lost.
You don't want no trouble.
Trouble.
Well, there was trouble in this match. There was
115,000 likes.
Yeah, we're not saying people know any better here.
This is all in Spanish. So, oh, here we go. Delete this. Perfect. Robert with tattoos on Instagram. Thumbs up. Please delete this. You only live once. You out of here. This ain't fire. Cut it out. Yeah, I'm calling you out on Instagram, people. Yo, Nicholas, yes, this is trash. Nicholas standing next to a waste management, John. John, perfect. Yeah. He rude. He had a pie. John got a pie graph. Which said, this is trash. 90% of the pie is blue, which is yes.
Okay.
And it says yes, but in yellow. So it's just 100% trash.
It's just 100%.
All around.
Most blue.
All around.
A little bit yellow, but all trash.
Good for you, Morgan.
But all
We're
trash.
not going to talk about how busted you look.
Oof. Oh yeah. Listen, she's a trooper though. Is one thing you can't say about her is that she ain't durable. Cause
no,
she went out there not looking her best because I'm sure wasn't feeling her best.
No, she still the knot on the head, double black eye.
Yeah, still sporting the shiners, still sporting that big old rock on the head. And you know,
and I give it to you. She's a performer. She's not a bad wrestler
through and through. Yep.
She's, she got. I don't like her attitude because you're not that bad looking.
Fair.
Cut that out. You remember you a Jersey 7. A Jersey 7.
She has confidence.
And I give you that. Marlton, Browns Mills, and
she's
AC and all them. Y'all got confidence out there.
She's got confidence.
But no, I'm just talking trash.
We're just BSing about the
music
video.
We just BSing.
The match was fine. I didn't hate the match. We kind of all figured, Liv was gonna win. She had a little help. We got a WrestleMania appearance from B-Fab and Meech. Also Roxanne Perez too, which was fine. That was,
Did she lose? Then who did she get beat up by? I don't remember.
So we got. So the women's championship matches had sprinkles of the supporting casts because that's just how they booked it. So like I said, we had our appearances. We're going to talk about that later, but we had our appearances from, B-Fab made an appearance. Micha made an appearance. So that was on the other side. But we had Raquel, Roxanne Perez on this side. So both matches kind of sort of had, the similar idea because we had a lot of people that muddied the waters in these matches.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we knew that Liv Morgan was winning. Roxanne and Raquel played an instrumental role in that. One successful title match had some interference. One, not so much. But we're gonna hear that music a lot more because
Roxanne Perez was a standout.
Roxanne Perez got a lot of traction online for her WrestleMania appearance.
It's the cameraman. I swear he the boy from NXT because he be getting some great angles.
He knew where to be.
He is a master at his craft. Triple H, you need to get this man a raise. I wish I knew who he was. Everybody Venmo this man money. Like, it was And I wasn't even looking. Like, I was just chilling.
There was nothing we could do. If you watch WrestleMania,
Nothing.
there's nothing you could do. There was nothing you could do.
Nothing at all. Like it was.
Yeah, but it wasn't anybody's fault. It was nobody's fault. It was Look, it's the camera people's job to capture the action. That's all I'm gonna say.
And he did an unbelievable job.
It's what they're supposed to do. It's what they're supposed to do. But we do have a new women's world champion. It is Liv Morgan. Surprise, surprise. Again, we're gonna see a lot more of. Of that.
Stephanie came out with the Diablo gear.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. So next up, we will talk about it before we get to our main event. We had a little pre-main event segment with host John Cena. Comes out to talk numbers because that's a WrestleMania thing that we're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get we hear a familiar sound, a good sound. It was Bianca Belair's entrance music. Bianca Belair, comes out in this big blue flowery thing, which, was sure. But she comes out, I'm like, yeah, this doesn't feel like you're announcing a return right now. As she made her way down. But there was positive news. She and Montez Ford are expecting. So that was a big WrestleMania announcement I think that might have been the best received thing on this show on this night.
I gotta put this. I guess I don't want to say nothing mean.
I mean, listen, we're very pro Bianca on this podcast.
I am. I like Bianca Belair, one of my daughter's favorite wrestlers.
The bittersweet thing is clearly she's not returning anytime soon.
No, we ain't gonna see her for like a year or two.
Yeah, another, and she was already out since last year's WrestleMania with the finger injury. So you deciding. I'm happy we were able to at least give her this. This was warranted.
How about she give the fans something and wear a condom? How about that? How about Ford? Get it together.
Ford. He got it together.
He did. He doing too much.
Yeah.
Look at how much he's shining now since he left with Dawkins.
Well, listen. When you're not put on TV, you
right. What you gonna do?
You ain't. What are you supposed to do with his downtime? What are you supposed to do with his downtime?
Well, he is doing something with his downtime.
Yeah, he was busy. He's very busy. But
congratulations to her though.
Yeah, no. It's awesome news. Again, that was one of those things that was like, okay, at least some positivity did not come in the form of me watching WrestleMania itself, rather than an announcement that was made like just backhandedly. But so we got that again. Do not expect Bianca back anytime soon. So
no, not for a couple of years.
Again, this again.
I'm not sure she's coming back.
This time, we don't know. Lisa,
she might be like, you know what, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, it would have been so long. We're going to be at the over 2 year mark at this.
Like, I don't even know who you are no more.
Right?
The oldest.
Right? Yeah. Which brings us to our night one main event. This is the championship match. This is Cody Rhodes defending against Randy Orton with Pat McAfee, who got his own entrance. Because why not?
That's Pat McAfee.
Yeah, why not? Thoughts on this? Thoughts on all this?
Horrible. Worst thing I've ever seen in the night.
We had Pat McAfee in the beginning. They get to jump on Cody. We get Jelly Roll to equalize the odds. Jelly Roll neutralizes Pat McAfee, taking Pat McAfee effectively out of this match and out of everything, so we thought, for Jelly Roll to then be like, oh, well, now have the match that you were supposed to have. Essentially be like, oh, look, fans, it's okay. We're taking ourselves out of it. It's going to be Cody and Randy, and we're going to be fine. Dude, don't worry about us. We're sorry for getting in the way. It's over. Then we have a Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes match. The match was, there was a lot of talk about Randy, maybe with a back injury or whatever. They played into that some, at least on commentary. The back and forth with Randy taking some shots, bloodying up Cody. He was laying some stuff on Cody essentially.
I was not impressed by any of this.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, you're gonna get what you're gonna get out of Randy. Randy not going.
Yeah.
This was a little slower than Randy Orton normally moves in a match, but fast forward to
it didn't live up to.
It did not feel like a Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes match at WrestleMania. It did not have a feel of that. It felt like a match that might have had a 4-week build on like a Raw or something like that. Not the spectacle match of a WrestleMania. But fast forward, we had referee goes out, of course, because why would we not have this happen? And surprise, surprise, we get Pat McAfee back again.
With a soft neck brace. First of all, we had Cody doing some things, some heel type stuff to try to win the match or whatever like that. Okay, whatever. But all right, I'm going back to Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee comes back out, like you said, with the neck brace, all this and that. Did Jelly Roll leave? Because wasn't Jelly Roll's entire existence to try to prevent? Jelly Roll had went off and got one of those $150 tomahawk steaks.
He was
that they were selling there.
He fell asleep.
He completely forgot. Jelly Roll had a fat moment. Jelly Roll been doing great at losing weight, but sometimes it's a struggle.
He got one of them steaks
and
nodded out.
That protein hit him.
Yeah. He started dipping.
And he was like, "I'm out."
Yeah, he was like,
"Got the itis."
Surely, taking Pat out earlier was it. Pat was not going to come back, so Jelly decided he wanted to celebrate with that tomahawk, celebrate with that steak. I understand, makes sense, makes complete sense. But what didn't make sense was everything the hell else that happened after Pat McAfee got out here. Cause what the fuck? What? So Pat comes out. It was all weird. So essentially, Pat comes out. Whatever, stuff happens, and then Randy was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna RKO you because reasons. And then the fact that he did that distracted him enough for Cody to hit the crossroads to pick up the win. What?
Yeah, that.
What? Why?
I don't know.
Like, if you're Randy, would you just let Pat help you win the match and then turn on him? Wouldn't that have made more sense?
It should have made a lot of sense. But it didn't.
Why do this before you win the match? Just let him celebrate with you after you win the match and then RKO him. But I'm trying to make sense out of the story that they told.
There was no real story that they were telling.
But Cody Rhodes does successfully defend the WWE Championship. He gets attacked after the fact and, gets beat up by Randy and gets punted rather stiffly by Randy afterwards. Yeah, that was
it's a lot.
That was a lot. But and then, night one of WrestleMania goes off kind of like an episode of Raw would go off with the person who didn't win the match standing tall and the other guy who jumped him stands tall with the, all triumphant. So I guess that's not over, but that was weird.
It should be.
Yeah, that was super weird. Night one was super weird. Weird.
Yeah, that's why I didn't get a high rank. It just wasn't.
Was not
good.
feeling it. Yeah, no, was not feeling night one at all. Jumping into night two. Night two of WrestleMania started with Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi kicking off night two of WrestleMania. Thoughts on Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi?
I wanted more back and forth between these guys. I was looking for more of a Titan fight.
Okay.
Two kaijus going at it for at least 20 minutes.
We got the collision and some of the action that we wanted. It was just in a very, 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 very abbreviated fashion.
Too short.
Yeah. Like
way too short for me. You know.
And I'm fine that, I'm fine. I know Brock and over the match they were going to have, or, just those two guys that size and that dominant fashion, we were going to get the stuff that we got. And I don't think that neither one of them would have or should have been doing that for a long period of time. It should have been a longer period of time.
Yeah.
Than what we got. And I'm like, listen, the match result was what it should have been.
Yeah.
100%. There was no way WWE's will come out here and have Brock win that match. And
I think that's why he did what he did at the end of it.
Which is not. Listen, I'm not mad. And then this, on the other side of it is, if they were trying to do the Gunther thing, and Brock was like, "Nah, I'm just gonna go out on Oba." I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that more.
Yeah,
I like that a lot more.
Because here's the thing: it felt like he made the decision right then and there.
I wasn't expecting that at all.
Because he threw the X up like what the refs do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, this is real.
Yeah,
we gotta cut
this. Yeah, I'm out.
So, like, that was real emotion.
Yeah,
behind the man's eyes. Like, he was like,
yeah,
he probably made that decision right there. Like, you know what? Brock Lesnar, I'm out.
Yeah. And
what you gonna do?
I was about to say, and what are you going to say? If Brock in that moment is like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead. That's gonna go ahead and be it. What you gonna say?
Yeah, I'm done.
Just gonna tell him no.
Had a good match.
Yeah,
you passed the torch.
You put over. First of all, Obafemi is over like crazy, but this just did way more.
Yeah,
way more. Even to the point where everybody's putting him in a match with Roman now already.
Which might as well.
But yeah, no, it again, the result.
Oba the new thing.
He is 100%. He is. 100%.
This is what it is. Y'all need to get on board with Oba. This is what it is.
He's
This is
100% the next big thing.
guy.
Yeah, he's the next big thing to take Brock's Brock's title. But yeah,
Like when he become champion, he gonna hold it.
like remember how fast like a fast track Brock was. He just came in, House of Fire, won the championship from The Rock, and that was it. Off to the races.
Yeah.
But yeah. Again, I just it didn't need to be too long, just based off they're just gonna run into each other, throw each other around, slam each other, do their finishers, and that be it. But
yeah,
this was way shorter than I thought it. And by way shorter, it's like this match could have been. We could have milked another 5 minutes out of it. I just feel like the length of it was.
They didn't give him enough time to cook.
No. People were enjoying it, and then it was just over. I mean, they enjoyed the result, and I think that's what brought it back for WWE's sake. Is the fact that okay, all right, it's like, oh well, damn, Oba just beat Brock like that. So it's like they're in the moment of, we just witnessed Brock get completely dominated, but at the same time, you're looking at it like, I kind of wanted more out of this.
Mm-hmm.
But we got what we got. It was great. Again, right person won. We got the Brock retirement situation. You got Brock crying, Paul crying, they hugging, going up the ramp. He's saying thank you. Crazy. Did not expect that part of it. Next, we had the Intercontinental Championship ladder match. This was your boy Rusev, Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio, JD McDonough, Penta. Thoughts on the ladder match?
I thought it was a decent. There's a lot of good moves in here. A lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff in here. I don't think, like I said, this match was. This was a highlight reel.
Yeah.
That's all this was.
Yeah.
This was, let's show people Ray still got it. He came out in his Deadpool gear.
Which Ray does. Ray, first of all, you talk about the last remaining people that we're holding on to. Randy's one of them. Ray's right there, and it's like, yeah, he's still doing it.
Penta come out in his MK Shao Kahn mask. You saw he couldn't do the walk.
The
mask was gonna fall off.
Yeah.
But this was a showcase for one, Penta, Javon Evans, JD McDonough, and Dragon Lee.
Yeah, and then if you're if you're watching free on ESPN, it's like, all right, you watch Brock Lesnar, who I'm sure you're familiar with, whether it's whatever, whether it's WWE, whether it's UFC, whatever, and then you see an introduction to someone like Obafemi, who looks like he's billed as the Black Brock Lesnar right now, and you give him a ladder match with a bunch of high flying, a bunch of crazy spots and stuff like that, which is fine. And I see a lot of people saying how good they enjoyed the ladder match and how the ladder match was like the thing stole the show and all this and that. I was like, I mean, it was okay. I enjoyed the ladder match. I wasn't over the moon about it.
I went into the ladder match wanting to see. I knew that Mexican Destroyer was going to come to JD.
Yeah, I think we talked about it. We talked about it during the preview. We're like, something's going to happen to JD McDonough.
I knew that was going to happen.
100%.
Javon Evans, he wasn't flying as high as he should have.
No, he did a little bit,
but he did a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, he did a little bit.
Rusev was just there as interference.
That's it.
And he knew what his role was. The Dragon Lee doing good things.
Yeah, Dragon
Rey Mysterio made everybody look good.
Still, like,
so
how if we're Ray, how are we still performing at this level, man?
Crazy. So in my opinion, that's all this match was. It was to show people to gauge where these superstars should be. And I'm talking about not Ray, not Rusev.
Yeah.
But Penta. People still love Penta.
Right person won. He should have
ain't
retained.
going nowhere.
Yeah, he should have retained.
You see JD can still do it.
Yeah.
That head is a tank. So like I give it to JD. Dragon Lee. It's Dragon Lee. I can't say anything bad about Dragon Lee.
Yeah, it's Dragon Lee.
I can't.
Yeah, I don't,
he's not at the top of the list.
No, there's a part of me that didn't want. I don't want him just going out here using the Styles Clash, but whatever.
Yeah,
I don't like that. But it's not me. Like who am I? Who am I? I just don't like him using. I just don't like him using it. But whatever. It's a me problem. It's not a Dragon Lee problem.
But this was just a highlight reel match.
Yeah, it was just something for ESPN.
That's it.
That's all. Penta again, right person won. I do believe he should have retained. Next up, we had the United States Championship match. This was your favorite wrestler, Sami Zayn, defending the United States Championship against Trick Williams with Lil Yachty.
I still don't know what a Lil Yachty is.
No one does. Sure.
I think that's before me.
It's before and after us both. Thoughts on the United States Championship match?
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't pay too much attention to it. That 30-minute intro with the toilet paper behind him was crazy.
That was wild.
Did Sami Zayn get an intro?
Yes.
I must have been in the bathroom for that.
Yes, he did.
I missed all that. I came into it towards the end because I didn't care. Because here's the thing, I knew Trick was winning.
He had to. I
knew Trick was winning. There's no reason for me to not enjoy my food and pay attention to this when I knew Trick was winning. I had no interest in this match whatsoever.
Sami Zayn trashed Lil Yachty a couple times, which was kind of funny, but I thought that was entertaining. But yeah, no, Trick had to win. He had.
This would have been better. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams.
Yes. Again, there's history there, whatever. But or even the triple threat. I mean, I feel like you could have Sammy, and I'm not slighting Sammy for a WrestleMania spot.
I am.
But I mean, look, the right person did win.
Yes.
We'll see where Sami Zayn's descent goes from here. I feel like we might start getting a better version of Sami Zayn week after week now that he does not have this championship. I want to see where this goes in terms of what's next for Sami Zayn's character and how just deep he goes into despair at this point.
I'm hoping it's something.
Yeah, I'm hoping something. It's got
because Sammy is this is boring.
So on to the street fight, if you want to call it that. Again, same type of match. That it's the same stuff. The street fight, we had Dominic Mysterio, who had a very good WrestleMania entrance. I was with that. I was with the WrestleMania entrance. But he took on
Dirty Dom's entrance?
Yeah, I like Dom's entrance.
Oh, I said things about that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like to
repeat them here.
Yeah, yeah. I remember, but I don't know. Like it fits him, and at least Dominic Mysterio does stuff for entrance. He's one of those guys that he will have an elaborate type of entrance for big matches. But there was one entrance that everybody was waiting on, and it was the return of the Demon Finn Balor.
First off, you didn't have to have that entrance be that messy.
Oh, with all the streamers?
Yeah,
there was a lot of streamers.
Yeah, they had to blow them Jones off with a leaf blower. Like, you're doing too much, Finn.
It was a lot of streamers. But
this isn't over.
No. This isn't over.
This is a good introduction to the Demon introduction back for, WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Great place to bring him out.
Yep.
But this isn't over.
Yeah, no, there's going to be more Finn and Dominic, and I think there should be. There's a lot of injustice. Dominic was talking about the fact that they decided to call it a street fight like on Sunday, and he was, first of all, he wanted to have a match with Finn Balor. Then he has a match with the Demon. Then the match turns into a street fight. It's like, yo, what? Like, if you like storyline wise, if you Dominic, you like, yo, what's up?
It's changing it up on him.
Yeah, like what are you doing? So I get that, and I'm actually, I'm excited to see where this goes because I'm excited to have Finn back.
We need to bring Carlito into this.
Oh my God,
we need Carlito.
I don't think they hiring for Carlito back.
I'm mad nobody went to bat for Carlito. Everybody was our truth.
There ain't nobody.
But as soon as Carlito got fired,
everybody turned to look the other way.
Right?
Ain't nobody say a word.
Carlito was all right. He couldn't wrestle that well. Well, I think that was character-wise.
Ain't nobody said a word.
Nobody said nothing about Carlito.
He ain't mentioned Carlito at all. But this match, this match was whatever. Look, again, there was no way you was going to have the Demon return and not beat Dominic. And again, the street fight was a cookie cutter of any other type of specialty match that WWE wants to use. You're just going to see tables. You're just going to see like chairs. You're just going to see, if you were in the unsanctioned match, you're going to see a toolbox. Like, just...
There's no staples. There's no fire. There's no lighter fluid.
There's no hypodermic needles.
Nothing. Like, what are we doing?
There's no glass.
No glass.
Nothing. Why even try, WWE?
I've seen people get stapled in the private areas on AEW.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, y'all don't get paid enough for that. Oh my gosh, AEW is so much fun.
It is. So, next up, Women's World Championship match. WWE Women's Championship. Jade Cargill defends against Rhea Ripley. How we feel?
Jade tried.
I will say, for me, this was the best. For me, this was the best Jade looked.
Look?
In the ring.
I was about to say my statement before you said that was going to be, it looks like Jade put time in practicing. It looked like she's heard the criticism, realized, maybe I'm not that great in ring. Let me practice. And to be honest with you, I think she practiced with Rhea.
Listen, why wouldn't you?
Because it looked like there was some synergy
and
there wasn't that much conversation between them during the match. They looked like they were on the same page. It could have been more polished, but we should have had this 6 months ago, Jade.
Right. Now, the real test is what we look like after this. Like,
if she is actually out there,
everything ain't gonna be a WrestleMania match.
No. She needs to continue to keep working and working and working. First off, identify what type of wrestler you're going to be.
Yeah.
That's your key. You're going to be a powerhouse. You're going to be a flyer, whatever you're trying to do. Well, don't get off the ground because you barely can stand on your own 2 feet.
Just do the powerhouse thing.
If you're going to do that, but then do that. Focus in on that. Be that. Because Raquel Rodriguez, powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
She be putting bodies through the mat all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Looks good. It fits for her.
Yep.
You can do the same thing.
Yeah.
And you can go against some big time people.
Yeah.
You should only struggle with people faster and more agile than you.
Yeah, maybe not do that one-winged angel all the time.
No.
But
come up with some different moves. You got 42 years of moves you could pick from.
Yeah. That bicycle
pick
kick.
Something.
Your
choke slam is weak.
Yeah. She did a crossface.
Sorry.
She did a crossface.
She did. Could have been cleaner.
She did a crossface. Anyway,
I think she needs a Halula kick.
That's just going to encourage her to do that bicycle kick more.
Yeah, that's weak.
Yeah, that's her thing. That's her real. Listen, that's her jam.
You real Liu Kang with it.
That's her jam. That is somebody just realizing they can do the scorpion spear and just keep hitting that button combination. Like that's they thing. Or somebody that does a flip kick.
Yeah.
And just keep flip kicking
all over time. Front flip.
Yep, front flip kick, front flip kick, front flip kick. That's Jay's bicycle kick. That's what I see when I see her do that. That's just somebody spamming a move. But shenanigans ensue.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania, we kind of don't want shenanigans, but again, WrestleMania appearances all over the place. Bam. Like I said, earlier, you had Raquel Rodriguez, like we talked about. Roxanne, who, action was captured. But sprinkle that in with the appearances of Michin, the appearances of B-Fab on WrestleMania. At WrestleMania. Like we got things. These women championship matches not only produced, one-on-one contests, they gave us our glimpses into the future of this business. Roxanne, Raquel, B-Fab, Michin, spotlighted here at WrestleMania in these women's matches. That's what we're really not talking about right now. That's what we're not talking about. We're not talking about the importances of the shenanigans that happened in these women's matches. Where else you gonna get like a post-apocalyptic Mad Max looking hood Michin and B-Fab?
First off, B-Fab will never see WrestleMania again after this.
B-Fab was on WrestleMania.
This will never happen again for her.
Oh, man.
Ever.
She might be out there next year.
No, she not.
B-Fab going to have...
This was her WrestleMania moment.
B-Fab going to be in a ladder match for the Intercontinental title next year. It's going to be a female ladder match. Intercontinental title. Book it. And she going to win.
I can't see that. That vision just isn't there.
How about she defends and retains?
Ugh, no, you giving a lot for her. you doing a lot for B-Fab. A lot. Like, I can't even... I'm just thinking to myself, like, how?
Hey, stranger things have happened. But,
like, she don't even show up when you... Like, she don't even show up on the internet. Like, you can't even Google her.
But, I mean, the match was what it was. Well, we knew...
Brianna Brandy.
We knew exactly what was going to happen here. I think we all predicted that Rhea was going to win.
Yeah, she needed
to. Look, we talking about we having our fun here, but the big neutralizer here was Io Sky coming out to, neutralize the situation. She helps aid and swing momentum back into the favor of Rhea Ripley, who nice little smooth counter from the Jaded into the Riptide. That was cool. I actually like that little that little end sequence. That was cool. But yeah, Rhea Ripley is your new WWE Women's Champion. So
yeah, she back at it again.
yes, indeed. Now, before we talk about our main event, we have to, like we did with night one, we have to talk about the pre-main event segment here. This was John Cena once again talking about, going to talk about the numbers and do all this and that. But The Miz, along with Kit Wilson, decided they needed their WrestleMania time, which then brought out Danhausen, and a lot of little people. Thoughts on what we seen here in this segment?
We wasted a lot of time on this, and that's the problem I'm having.
Yeah. Listen,
This
I like.
wasn't it.
Yeah, I really like the fact that we got time for Kit Wilson because I like Kit Wilson. Kit Wilson continuously thrusting to a crowd of little people was a little unnerving, but to say the least. But
He's on some other stuff.
I like The Miz and Kit Wilson together. That's cool. I feel like that's something. Danhausen was Danhausen, and people, it's a thing. It is a thing. People,
which I don't get.
It's one of those things where people like it or they really don't. Yeah, it was something that happened. He had his segment. He had his interaction with John Cena, and then he did the whole disappearing thing, but he was like still in the ring, and then he ran and tried to get underneath the ring type thing.
I just don't find it appealing.
Yeah, it's a thing that's here to stay.
I don't fully get it.
Hey, WWE got it. It didn't work in AEW at all, apparently. But and you would think that the Danhausen character would be more suited for something a little more alternative in AEW, but this is
people wanted this
taking off more in WWE here,
and I'm like, no. Yeah. I just I can't get behind this.
Nah.
People like it, cool. You like Danhausen.
Yeah, if you like it, it's fine.
Go for it.
Yeah, there's no problem. If you like it, I love it for you.
Yeah.
But
I'm not gonna sit there and dog somebody for liking this.
Yeah, no.
I just don't understand it.
Fair enough. And that brings us to our final match. This brings us to the main event of WrestleMania. This brings us to the World Heavyweight Championship match. This is Roman Reigns looking to dethrone CM Punk in our main event. Thoughts on this?
It's a good match.
Mm-hmm.
A really good match. Like, these guys did a really good job. Like, I think out of all of it, this was it was an A. This is why night 2 was really good.
Yeah, this was an A. This was the only A I had for WrestleMania. Mm. Like I said, this was the only match I really felt like it was WrestleMania. Like this was the only thing that actually gave me the feel of WrestleMania. Yeah. Through the entrances, through the walkout, through the just just the aura of
Mm-hmm.
the match itself, and it's a testament to just how big of superstars that both men are. Like,
Yeah.
Roman, he does WrestleMania. This is his thing. This is what it is. He's going to bring that star power to a main event. But CM Punk, first time headlining a WrestleMania, but just through the video package and the entrance and the AFI and and all of that just brought that around to show how big of a deal that him being in WrestleMania in the main event was. And I think that played into the whole spectacle of the main event, and it made things better because, as we talked about on the show, the lead up to WrestleMania and the storyline they had, it was like it was either hit or miss with the promos back and forth, the personal stuff, the jabs, all this and that. Whatever is one thing, but all of that leading to the production and what we seen presented, the presentation of the match, and then the match they had, because both men are so much better at what they do than a lot of people, and it showed, at least for at least for the weekend. And this felt like WrestleMania. This match felt like a WrestleMania match. The only thing on the show that felt like a WrestleMania match to me.
Yeah.
And it was a good match. It was a really, really, really good match. Match of the show for me.
I agree. This was a very interesting match. The ending kind of weird for me. Didn't really feel right. But this is, like you said, this is the only match in 2-night event that was like, okay, yeah, this is what should be on WrestleMania.
Yeah. Then the ending for me, like, looking back, of course, after the fact, you see a bunch of clips, you go on social media, you just see like the ending replayed over and over because, people who are huge Roman Reigns fans just want to relive that moment again. So, they're posting, they're doing this and that. And then I'm looking, and it was like, I'm seeing the Punk moment where it's like, that defiance. It's like, damn, I can't beat you. And it's just like, not a giving up thing, but like an accepting your fate thing. Because he was just kind of like, and then the whole thing where, Roman was calling him old ass bitch and all this other stuff. It was like, he was kind of got to a point where, he even tried the low blow. He, distracted the ref. He did the low blow.
He was struggling.
He was struggling. And then, he just couldn't get that double GTS. And he just, it didn't work out for him. He just accepted his fate and took that spear at the end and lost the title. And it was a clean match. There was nothing, nobody interfered, no nothing like that. It was Roman versus CM Punk, and that's what you want.
You had to have had that clean match because there's no way you didn't want to leave anything on the table of people thinking, oh, he only won because of this, he only won because of that. No, Roman won because he did what he did. He put on a good show.
He had more.
Same way with Punk.
Yeah, he had more in the tank than CM Punk did, and he proved why he's is what he says he is, and that's why he won the match, and that was okay. So, yeah, I mean, we got a new World Heavyweight Champion. We got, Roman Reigns is back on top. Roman said at the press conference, of course, everybody's talking about, Oba, the post-show situation. People were speculating about him winning the title and just essentially disappearing. So,
he said he wasn't. He said he gonna be there.
Yeah, he said that part-time stuff. We're gonna fix that. He said, you're gonna see my ass all summer is what he said. So things might get interesting. Maybe not for you because you do like I like
the Roman not being around.
Yeah, you like the sprinkle of Roman.
Yeah, I like Roman.
Yeah, you don't like Roman showing up all the time. I
don't want to see you all day.
Yeah, but so things things will get interesting from there, possibly. We'll see what happens. So now he's a fixture on Raw because he is World Heavyweight Champion. So, where he's locked into Netflix, So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's all in all, WrestleMania was until that main event. Like I said, the main event was the only thing that felt like WrestleMania to me. But it's just the world we live in now. It's what we got. So
Can't do nothing about it.
Can't do nothing about it. But one thing we can do is end this show, because we talked WrestleMania night 1 and 2. We got essentially 2 PLEs we crammed in here. So that's going to go ahead and do it for us for our WrestleMania talk on the Bury the Bookend podcast. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you're doing that, please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you next time. We're going to talk the fallout of WrestleMania, and we're going to get back to the greatest professional wrestling podcast segment in the history of professional wrestling podcasts, which is AEW in a nutshell, when we come back. So we'll see you on the flip.